Hello knitters! It has been a while. It has been far too long since I've checked in with everybody about their hats. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you haven't been having too many problems with the super simple hat pattern. And if you have, please leave me a message below and I'll see if I can give you a hand. So the thing that I wanted to do today was to go over the make one increase. There are a few different ways to do the make one increase. There's a make one left and a make one right. The one that Louise has used in this pattern is a make one left, even though it doesn't specify that in the pattern. So we're just going to go ahead and learn that one way of the make one increase today. But in case you've moved on to other patterns and you're seeing make one left or make one right, this gives you the tools in order to differentiate between the two. So the make one left, as you can see, I have Nicholas's sample sweater here that I seem to always use for all of my my showing examples here. So the poor kid's never actually going to get a finished sweater, but you know, we do what we do, right? It's probably why I've started knitting a men's small instead of a child size sweater because, well, I know myself. So I'm going to continue to use this today as my piece of sample knitting in order to show you this increase. Your knitting, when you're looking at it, will look a little different because you're approaching the make one increase from ribbing, but the technique is exactly the same. It doesn't matter what it looks like. When you go to do this increase, it will look exactly the same. So when I pull apart my needles in between the two halves of where I'm about to take my increase, I can see that there is a strand of yarn that comes across here that's joining those two stitches together. And that's the thing that we're going to be working with, that strand that's right there. So you're going to take your left hand needle tip and you're going to put it into the front of that strand or that bar of yarn that goes across. You're going to tuck the needle tip inside there and you're going to scoop it up onto your left hand needle. So I'll do that again just to show you. So you can, when you stretch it apart gently, you can see that there's that bar of yarn that goes across in between the two, sort of like a little bridge. Take your left hand needle tip and you're going to scoop inside that bar and up. Okay? Now what we have effectively done is made a stitch. We've added a loop of yarn so that we can make the stitch. Basically, that's what we've done. Okay, one more time. There's my bar, left hand needle tip, and scoop into that bar from the front. Then the next step is to actually take the stitch. So we take our right hand needle tip, and here's where things are a little bit different. We're going to take the right hand needle tip and we're going to put it in behind of that new little loop. So you can see what I've done there. My right hand needle tip has gone in and behind that new extra loop of yarn that I've added onto my left hand needle tip. Take your working yarn and then you're going to take it around and knit through the stitch and then off you go. You have now just increased a stitch. Now this one's really easy to take out because you can just take that new stitch off, pull it out, and you haven't done any damage because you're taking the bar of yarn that's already secure from the row below. So I'll do it one more time. Left hand needle tip from the front to the back, scoop up that piece of that strand of yarn that's in between. Right hand needle tip goes in behind and then you take the stitch from back to front and off. And that's it. That's a make one increase. You do as Louise says to do in the pattern, you do it all the way around. That is only for that one round that you are doing those increases. After that, you are simply knitting all the way up. Knit, 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 knit. And when we knit stockinette in the round, you will never be purling. you will always only be knitting. Because it's in the round, it's a continuous circle. You never have to work the back of your yarn. You're only working from the front. So you just keep going around and around and around. So because my sweater does not need a make one increase at this particular point, I'm going to take this out right now before I forget that that's what I did the next time I go to pick this up. So that's back to normal. And now I thought I would show you where I'm at my hat. Here's where I am. So I've been working away. I added an extra 2 inches of ribbing to my hat because I would like to have a folded up brim. So when the instructions tell us to knit 7 inches from the edge to the top before we start doing our decreases, I am adding that extra 2 inches to my total before I start to decrease. So basically, once my rib is folded up, this is where I'm measuring from. So I want my measurement to be from the bottom of the brim up to the top. And as you can see, that row that has my increased stitches in it is going to transition me from the rib to the stockinette. And I would have to really look hard to find my increased stitches. They blend in beautifully. So I hope this was a help. I will be finishing the remainder of the length of my hat, hopefully in the next few days. My next little video will be transferring from my circular needle onto my DPNs. So that should be a quick, short little video, just in case anyone has never done it before and they'd just like to see how it's done. It's pretty straightforward and it's kind of fun. So happy knitting. Gerald, I hope your hat is going well. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see all of the hat projects. Feel free to tag me on Instagram at Off the Grid Needlearts. And you can, let's see, what should be the hashtag? I guess learning to knit with Gerald. How about that? Learning to knit with Gerald. That's a good hashtag. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Happy Sunday. Happy knitting. And I'll see you later.